In one of the very rare occurrences where I'm reviewing a camera drone that is not made by DJI, today we have the Potensic Atom 2. A drone that I see all around YouTube, and many people have very positive feedback about this drone. Also shout out to my bro Eddie Nunez, because he made a very nice video of this drone and it actually intrigued me to check it out myself. So when Potensic reached out asking me if I want to check it out, I was like, hell yeah, let me give it a go. Let me see what this drone is capable of. It's a cheap, beginner-friendly drone that is made for people who are just entering the hobby. So just so you know, it's not a pro-level drone. It's a basic, cheap, beginner drone that, you know, people who are not big fans of DJI might be interested to check out. So I'm really curious to give it a go and see how it performs. So let's do that in today's video and let's check it out, the Potensic Atom 2. So first off, what is this drone exactly? It's a sub 250 gram drone made to compete with DJI's beginner lineups such as the Mini 3 or the Mini 4K. It's not fair to compare it to the Mini 4 Pro, for example, as it's far less advanced, but it comes at a relatively low price. It shoots 4K video, 8K photos, it has a couple of AI features, and it doesn't have any no-fly zones, which might be perfect for some people out there. So let's start with the camera first, as I believe this is the most important feature of this drone. So we have a 1/2" Sony CMOS sensor, which shoots 48 megapixel photos and 4K 30 frames per second HDR videos with an aperture of f1.8. It does not shoot in any flat color profiles, so you end up with the normal color profile that you see on the screen of the remote. Now looking at the shots from this drone, they look great for the most part. They have great colors. I love the color science of this Sony CMOS sensor. The colors are very bright and a pleasure to look at, but I have to say I really dislike the amount of sharpness that the drone adds to your footage, and I would love to see a setting in the settings that allows you to lower that sharpness so you don't have that digital feeling in your shots all the time. Since there are no ND filters available yet for this drone, I would assume that most people would chuck this in auto and use it as it is. So this is what you can expect coming out of the Atom 2 with auto camera settings. Next, I want to talk about the remote controller, which in my opinion is very interesting. It's a little bit too bulky for my taste, but it's definitely very comfortable to hold in your hands. So it's that type of remote that you need to open up and put your phone in the middle. You have a foldable antenna, which obviously you need to unfold so you can properly install your phone in the middle. And you have removable sticks that obviously you need to install before each flight. Potensic says that the Atom 2 is capable of up to 10 kilometers of range, which I haven't tested myself. And so far in all my flights, I haven't had any issues with the signal or any issues with the range. So far everything has been great. This drone comes with a couple of AI features like Spotlight, Follow and Parallel. They are working semi-okay, if I can say that, because the drone doesn't have any obstacle avoidance, so you need to be careful if you are going to explore these features in an area where the drone can crash into an obstacle, so keep that in mind. I tried all of them and I personally feel like they are not that good on this drone. They're not that smooth and you can't really expect that good and nice footage out of these AI modes. So personally, I would steer away from them unless they're absolutely mandatory if you want to capture something and you don't want to fly manually. But keep in mind, the results would vary. The app that the drone uses is called Potensic Eve, and it's a pretty nice basic app that allows you to quickly navigate through the different basic features of the drone. If you have been using DJI Fly, for example, it's a pretty similar experience. It's a nice app that has a lot of little tips on the bottom that give you some vital information. If you're just starting out with your drone, those tips would be very valuable for you. And of course, you can also disable them if they get annoying. Lastly, the battery life is something that Potensic promises to be up to 32 minutes on a single charge with ideal conditions, but it's much closer to 20-25 depending on the conditions you're flying in. I think it's worth investing in the FlyMore combo, which comes with 3 batteries in total, if you want to avoid running home and charge your battery after every single flight. What I like is that each battery has a USB-C port, so you can easily charge it on the go if you have a large power bank, for example, which is really convenient. So who is this drone for and do I recommend it? Well, judging by the price, it's actually closest to the DJI Mini 4K, which I believe is a great drone. This one is not any worse. I think it's a great alternative to everyone looking to get something different from a DJI drone. And the choices besides DJI are not that many. So this is a great alternative for everyone who's looking to get into the hobby, who wants to shoot 4K with a few quirky, I would say, AI features here and there that I personally wouldn't recommend using. They are just not that refined. In general, the software that the drone uses for the most part is polished and works great. I just don't feel like it's the best out there, obviously, but it's doing a great job, and that's not something that I could have said previously for other competitors that have been trying to do the same as this Atom 2. In the past, I've tried other drones that have been trying to kind of mimic everything DJI has been doing, and they failed miserably. So will this be the case for this drone? I don't think so. I think it's a great drone. It works well, it flies great, and it shoots amazingly well for what it is. As a matter of fact, I took it with me on a trip to Italy for a family holiday where I didn't want to bring anything else with me, so I relied on this drone for the majority of the drone shots from this vacation. Am I going to keep using it? Probably not, because I'm mostly using my bigger, better drones such as the Mavic 4 Pro. Of course, if I need something portable and super tiny, I might take this with me, but and those scenarios are not happening that often to me. So I'm definitely not a traditional use case when it comes to flying drones. But other than that, I will link the drone below. You can check it out on Potencic's website. And I highly encourage you, if you're going to buy this drone, buy the FlyMore kit, because it comes with 3 batteries, comes with this shoulder bag that is actually really nice and very high quality. So it will improve your overall flying experience when you have more batteries. You can always fly a bit more. You can take your time and not rush it, because that's something that many people do, especially if you only have one battery. You are just trying to push everything together so you can get as many shots as possible, and you're not really enjoying the flying part of this whole hobby. So for me, really the enjoyment comes when you can fly at peace, you have a lot of time to explore, and you have a lot of time, a battery life to actually fly and enjoy the scenery around you. So that's something that I highly recommend you to check out, the FlyMore combo for the Atom 2. It will be linked down below. And that's pretty much it from today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. This is Mike from Drone Supremacy. Let me know everything you want to know about the Atom 2. I would love to check it out in the comment section below and answer it. But with that being said, I'll catch you in the next one. Take care, never stop flying, and see you soon. Ciao.